Good evening, everyone. I'm going to read the Statement of Compliance with the Sunshine Law first. This meeting is being held in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, and adequate notice of this meeting has been provided as required by law. Specifically, the annual notice was emailed to the West Essex Tribune and the Star-Ledger on January 2nd, 2024. The agenda and resolutions for the meeting are available on www.livingstonnj.org. Certain portions of this meeting may be closed to the public for the purpose of personnel and/or other matters as outlined in the Sunshine Law. Decisions made and/or discussed in closed session will be made known to the public at a later time. Notice to members of the governing body and township staff: any use of electronic devices during this meeting shall be used solely for the purposes of township business, and any communications are subject to the Open Public Records Act. To the extent possible, this evening's Township of Livingston Council meeting will be live streamed via Facebook at www.facebook.com/LivingstonNJ. Questions or comments will also be accepted by emailing livcomments@livingstonnj.org by 4 o'clock on the day of the meeting. Each speaker should follow the rules of order in Livingston Code, Section 2-15. Okay, Carolyn, roll call.
Thank you, Mayor. Councilmember Buptani.
Here.
Vieira.
Present.
Klein.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Meinhardt.
Yes.
Mayor Anthony.
Here. If everyone could please stand for a moment of silence and the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, Essex County. For a few more days, yeah. I don't see Eileen Fishman for the Essex County updates. We are up to proclamations and presentations. The first one on the list is Sanskriti of New Jersey donation to the Livingston Fire Department. And we have the chief and Tom here, and we have representatives of Sanskriti. So I guess I'll have you up, and you want to speak, of course, right, with a microphone. If you want to, Noah, you want to grab the microphone and present the check, just so everyone knows. Well, I'm not going to spoil the surprise, but during the wildfire, not only did these gentlemen and the entire, all of our first responders do an absolutely phenomenal job, but I had said, I think in a statement I read here, that our town, my phone actually blew up with more from people wanting to help and people saying, how can I help? What could I do? Water, food, what's going on? Can we, any way we can? And Barry, remember that? We were like fielding all those calls. Now we're here a few weeks later. Is the fire 100% contained because of the They left it at 90 because there was still the smoldering, even though they had done the perimeter. You guys, with the back burning and the 300 gallons of water dropping from a helicopter, just tremendous to watch all of this. But I think they left at 90 until everything, even the smoldering embers there, were out, which hopefully, I think we needed 1.5 inches of rain, and maybe we got it cumulatively. Okay, good. All right. So anyway, job well done by our own, our own first responders. Tremendous job. And now we have a surprise for you. I don't think it's much of a surprise, but Nilesh, you want to take it away?
So, Mayor, can I say a couple
sure.
of things, Nilesh? Sorry, just a couple of things before that. So I just want to highlight the importance of this, and I speak from my personal experiences. Diwali and fireworks goes hand in hand. All my years, and I've lived more than 5 decades now, all the years I have never had one Diwali without fireworks. So you can imagine the importance of fireworks with the festival. Honoring the emergency that we had and what happened and how the fire department worked and everything, the community, as Mayor said, came together, and kudos to Sanskriti for honoring that, coming up and say, hey, community, yes, it is a very baked-in characteristic of this big festival, probably the biggest festival. let's honor it. And all the savings, and of course, I'm not going to take out any of the surprises, but that's the importance. I just want to highlight that. And on the other side, of course, the fire department is just, Mayor said everything. But it's amazing to have two great efforts combined here. So I'm really proud. I just want to add that. Thank you.
Hi, this is Nilesh Matre. Yes, absolutely. Okay. Thank you. Thanks. I'll thank you for the opportunity. And I think so, as you said, Ketan, very rightly, I think so it's a big festival for us, but I think so the community, thanks to the Sanskriti committee, also stood by the fire department, and especially we ensured that we did not do fireworks this year. So it was, even our fireworks was actually cancelled. So I appreciate that, the efforts which the fire department has put in. And I really appreciate Chris, especially because he keeps us safe. Not only the town, but he being my neighbor also ensures that we are safe. But I appreciate that. In terms of that, in terms of the appreciation, we have some small contribution which we want to do to the fire department on behalf of Sanskriti. So please, committee members, if you can come in and hand over the check to. Yeah. Chris, you want to say something?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, before they present the check to the fire department, we are very appreciative. We work with Sanskriti, and Nilesh is my neighbor, so I see him all the time. And obviously, I see the rest of the crowd at meetings. Unfortunately, we had to deny the fireworks due to the state regulations. We had a pre-meeting, and we were leading up to it, and we thought it might go off, but unfortunately, the state put a stop to it, obviously under the conditions. But we want to thank you, Sanskriti, being a big part of the community, along with a lot of other, as the mayor mentioned. His phone was blowing up, and the support the fire department has received during the wildfire and after, including financial donations, which are always appreciated, I should say. The department is a volunteer department, the rank and file, so we do depend on the community's, financial contributions, and especially it's extra special when we have a group that's really ingrained in the community supporting us, so we appreciate it. I'm going to pass it off to Tom.
Thank you.
I'll say the same thing. I want to thank all of our friends at Sanskriti. Our volunteer fire department, as we've seen in recent weeks, is a very important part of our community, and we are ready to respond to anything. Tonight, tomorrow, the next day, whenever, the big, small, doesn't matter. But without the support of the community and groups like Sanskriti, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. So thank you all, and please thank all of your members for us. I'm sorry your fireworks didn't happen, but as the chief said, we're glad they didn't happen. And next year, I'm sure they'll go off without a hitch. So thank you.
Mike's the one we got to worry about.
I'm always asking. I'll be there. Yeah, oh my God. Yeah, that's when you
I'm sorry, we don't mean to rush, but we have an event to attend. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving us the.
Okay, all right. Thanks. Thanks, Chief. As usual.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Ann is the new Russ.
Lens cap in.
And you got to say we keep it going. We keep it going. Shutter. Okay, we are up to a very proud moment for the Township of Livingston. The second one on the agenda here, Livingston received Sustainable Jersey Bronze Level certification, and we're going to honor Connor Sweeney tonight for all his hard work in getting us back on the list. We are now recertified with Sustainable New Jersey. It was a lot of work. I think we're at 160 points. We needed 150 to get past bronze, and we're in the bronze level. I think silver's 350, so that's our next goal. But Connor, you did a tremendous job, and we want to have you up here. And if you want to say a few words, you did an incredible job. I know you had to bring a lot of people together on this. The paperwork involved Russ, it involved so many people. It involved the library, the communications department, and a bunch of other departments in town. And here's our good friend Connor. The Sweeney family is with. You want to come up? Come here, Connor.
You're bringing up the crowd.
Yeah.
You're going to get a photo. Turn around. Yeah, they're going to come up. Yeah, come on up here.
Okay, you can say
Yeah.
anything, or you good?
Not a chance to see it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So what we're doing here is, when you receive, you're back on the list of Sustainable New Jersey, you get this plaque, and we received this plaque from the whole state of New Jersey, the League of Municipalities, which is all the municipalities in New Jersey. I believe it's 565 of them. We received this plaque, which shows that here it is, due to Connor's work, 2024 to 2027, we have achieved the bronze level right there. And you're really the rock star here. Do you want to say a few words?
Sure.
Okay. There you go.
I just want to say I probably would not have done all that I did without the help of either Lori Patino or Russell Jones, along with all the other heads of the department here of the township.
He kept them going.
Yeah, Russ. Go. Want to say a few words about Connor's awesome job within town?
Well, we were fortunate because not only this summer, he also worked with us last summer. So this has been a 2-year project. And some of us know, and maybe others don't, Connor's actually majoring in sustainability. And he's going to be finishing up in December, right? Graduating from the Ramapo College.
up in the northern part of the state, so that's a big deal. And we do have one other thing for you. You know, let Mom pin it on if you want. Your official sustainable jersey, but this one now has a little red banner across it that says certified. So.
Nice. All right, pajamas, this goes on the pajamas.
Well, you can put it on a shirt for tonight.
All right.
Yeah, so, and, let's see. But we also have one other thing, he's not gonna get away. I also have another copy of the sustainable jersey with the certification cycle for 2025. First round's due in February. So we've already sort of recruited Connor to come in when he wants to help and make a few, help us out. So we just need 190 more points on this, on the next round.
Well, that's all.
That's all, that's right. Hey, you got us over the hump for the last one, so. And it did come down to the wire. It was close. Yeah, it was, but the library gave us a couple things at the last minute that gave us an additional 15 points, and we got to 160 out of the 150 that was required. So, yeah, it was an excellent job. So.
We have a citation for you. And as you can see, you could read along here. The mayor and the members of the Livingston Township Council are pleased to announce that Livingston received Sustainable Jersey certification. Yes. And we would also like to honor the efforts of Connor Sweeney and the many others who assisted him during this 2-year summer internship program that allowed him to complete the Sustainable New Jersey application and solidify a bronze-level certification for the township. Preserving the environment and contributing to a sustainable future is paramount, and with this designation, the township will be able to implement new environmentally friendly initiatives to keep Livingston green. Congratulations, Connor.
Thank you.
You get to turn that around for
Yeah.
a money shot
Yeah.
here now.
You want to get a photo, everyone? Yeah. The Sweeneys are no stranger to the Anthonys. She taught my daughter.
Yeah, thanks, my friend. Yeah.
Thank you.
Great job. This is quite an achievement.
Thank you.
Okay. We are now up to the 2025 Essex County Community Development Block Grant Application, the CDBG, public hearing. Russ, you, or Barry? It's Russ.
Yep. This is the start of the 2025 Essex County Community Development Block Grant program. This will be the first of 2 local public hearings. We go through the Essex County to apply for funds because the CBG program is, you can't go direct to HUD unless you have a population of over 50,000. So there's only, I believe there's 4 towns or 4 municipalities in Essex County that go direct to HUD. Newark, Orange, Irvington, and I believe Bloomfield. The other 18 communities are part of what they call a consortium with Essex County. And so Essex County is actually the applicant, and then we apply to Essex County for funding. This year, they finally have gotten the new census tract maps from the Census Bureau, and we don't have areas that qualify for low and moderate income by census block groups or on the maps. So basically, the projects that we're eligible for are things that are barrier-free, or as they now call them, ADA, where you don't have to do income qualifications. So, but we've done a number of things. Some of the buses we bought have been through community development funds because they're accessible, they have lifts. We're actually, the last 2 projects we're getting, the current project, we're receiving funding for a van, and the year before, which we've gotten it delivered, we just have to have it finished, have it detailed on the outside, is a sensory van for people that may need to have a quiet area at an event, and we can take it to an event, and it's somewhat of like a quiet room. So we'll be looking at a couple, probably some, if any of you are familiar with the automatic doors over at the police station, that was a CDBG program project. They asked that we announce this year too, because I guess HUD is requiring more information. He put out for public participation that if you have any questions about eligibility of projects, you can contact the Essex County Community Development Office directly in Cedar Grove for further information. So we'll have another public hearing on December 9th for any input on what you think the project should be for this year.
Yeah, do we need a motion to open the public hearing? Okay. You want to make it?
Can I make a motion to open the public hearing?
Thank you,
Second.
Michael. Second. All in favor?
In favor, yep.
Any opposed? No. So the public meeting is open.
Motion to close.
Do we close it since it has to be on for 2 weeks? We do close it? I'll second it.
Yeah, the other, they've both been advertised separately.
Okay. All in favor of closing it?
Aye.
Aye.
Comments here?
Any, you want to have a comment? You have a comment? Okay. Okay. Any opposed? No? Okay, now we're closed. Go.
Right, so it's a couple of quick comments. I think this is great. We definitely need to look at those areas. So Russ, we had someone came up here a few months ago, and her name was Pam Tepper. She talked about how we need in town more handicap parking. Would that qualify for something like this? Because there is, for example, what the example she was quoting was at the Oval, in gazebo, around gazebo area, where there are public events happening. There are 1 or 2 spots, and maybe those additional spots are required. And there is validity to some of those requests. Is that something that is part of this? You said ADA compliance. Is that something?
Well, it'd be pretty much for capital improvements, if it required some construction, of that type of thing.
So any of these could be, my question was, is that something that can be a project, which is part of the grant here?
I would say if it involves some construction possibly, depending.
Yeah, I think excavating and creating new
Yeah,
spaces
creating
would
new
be,
spaces.
just putting up
Correct.
signs probably would
Correct.
not.
So I would
rise
absolutely
the-
underscore that we absolutely need that in areas where we really have more, public events happening. It is definitely a need. It was expressed here in town, and in council meeting as well, so I would consider that and take that as one of the options for the project.
Mayor, if I can just add on to what Keaton said. We at the 5 and 5, I had brought up the plan for, from a few years back on the oval and the different parking configuration. And maybe if there is some effort that's made to change the parking configuration, that kind of grant, could go towards, as Councilman Botani is saying, go towards expanding those kinds of spots, but also
at least
more
that
spots,
portion of it,
more
yeah.
spots in general, possibly. But, we were going to dig up the old plan and take a look and see what was involved with that.
Yeah, a number of years ago, we did a lot of curb cuts around town with community development funds and some work in the business improvement district, but only that portion that involved the curb cuts because we don't have the qualifying areas as far as, doing an overall, like the pavers and things, for income stuff.
And it could be just to add on to that, right? It could be a partial project, which is really, part of our regular construction projects and appropriations that we do. But other part could be part of this grant. It's an absolute need, so how we balance it out is some creative ways to look at it.
From time to time, they also do reprogramming funds throughout the year, because this particular application will be due December 29th, so whether enough of time to get the design. Ken Walker and I have been talking about, there's some automatic doors over at the community center, which there is now a better version of some of them, and they're finding that where there's a set of double doors, that some people can't quite make it out to the second set of doors before they close. So there's some better controls and things like that. So I think we're going to maybe look at that as the first priority. At the end of the day, we're probably around 40,000 is about what we get every time that we qualify. But as an overall project, you could carve out a piece and say, all right, our part, the community development funds is going to do this portion of the project. For example, like you say, the handicapped parking spaces.
Mayor, I have a comment. Well, the first comment is I had spoken to Barry about putting some temporary handicapped and senior signage up at the Camuso. We've done that for the last couple of years. But Barry, in regards to handicapped parking, we just have to pass ordinances, right? That's really what this.
Well,
if we
pass
find
ordinances, and then if you're using existing spaces, it generally, you got to take 3 to make 2, because you have to have the door clearances in those areas. And then, although using existing spaces probably wouldn't rise to the level of a project, but certainly if we created additional spaces where you were actually paving and curbing and all that.
Right.
Yeah, so
and
if we-
doing signage, you have to do those very specific.
Yeah, but everything
requirements.
on that one really comes to the council with regards to ordinances and everything, correct?
Right, well, in order to have them enforced, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Great, thanks. We are up to the approval of the minutes.
Motion to approve the minutes pending corrections of November 12th, 2024 regular conference and the November 12th, 2024 closed session meeting minutes.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay. Any, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? No.
Make a motion to open the meeting to public comment on agenda items only.
Great. Second?
I'll second it.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Okay. We are now open for public comment on agenda items only. Hi, Justin.
Hi, Mr. Mayor. Justin Alper, 56 Amherst Place.
Hi,
3 items, sir. One, with respect to Essex County update, she didn't show up today. With respect to Essex County updates, once again, she didn't show up today. We ought to reverse the lines of control there. Reach out to the LDCC chairwoman, who also serves as a county commissioner. Ask her to get an accounting of the number of county employees who live in Livingston. Let's see if we're getting our pro rata portion back from the county. And let's start to exercise some control there. 2, With respect to 24253 on the deferred compensation, can you please pull that out of the consent agenda so there can be a discussion so we know what's going on? It's not really clear from the resolution. Would love to hear a discussion of what's going on there, please. 3, 24264, with respect to this developers agreement, whoever put together the agenda accidentally left off the exhibits. So it's difficult to comment on this because there's no real exhibits here. I don't know if you guys have seen the exhibits. I certainly haven't, so I have not been able to see that. Also, before we developed that, when we met with the school board, they seemed a little bit concerned about the amount of development that's going on. I think if we're going to be shoehorning in, whatever it is, 75 family apartments in there, I'm not sure the Riker Hill School's ready to take that on, and that's the nearest school there. So perhaps we slow that down a little bit. Would certainly like to see the exhibits there before we move forward. And welcome your thoughts on that. Have you seen the exhibits?
I've seen it. Was it sent out?
All right, if you haven't seen the exhibits, you can't possibly pass on this. Okay, but the public has not seen the exhibits, the council has not seen.
Yes.
It's not in my copy from this morning, and I looked at the copy that was up here when I got here, and it wasn't in that either, and the councilmen don't seem to have it either. What time did you email it to them? Okay, I didn't see it. It's not in the copy I downloaded this morning, it's not in here. The purpose of these public meetings is for the public to give input.
Sensitive. I mean, some of those are just not sensitive. If you want to wait, it's fine. Wait for me.
All right, the copy I downloaded this morning, the whole reason for having this 48-hour period is so people, when they go on and they download it, they can look at it, and they have the weekend to look at it. It wasn't there this morning. I could download it this morning. It's empty exhibits. Exhibit C, empty. Exhibit D, empty. Exhibit F, empty. Okay, well, then you can't possibly pass this resolution. Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. Are you in agreement that you can't possibly pass a resolution without the exhibits, without the public seeing the exhibits, without the councilmen seeing the exhibits?
I've just asked the council, I don't think we have a few of these exhibits, so is there a motion to, Barry, you said this is not time sensitive?
It's not critical. We can certainly wait.
Thank you very much.
For the sake of
Thank you, gentlemen.
completeness, I think we should. Thank you. Okay, so we'll. Yeah, we'll pull that, but we
Motion,
will
do we
get
need a
that.
motion for that?
No? Okay. So we will have that on for the next time.
Motion to close public comment on agenda items only?
Second? Is there a second? No? No second?
Yes,
All right.
second.
You could go again, Justin. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No? Okay. All right, we are now up to, Barry, you want to take something out of order here, right?
Yeah, so next up on the printed agenda in order is the introduction of a bond ordinance which provides additional funding towards the Public Works project. As the council is aware, we did receive bids, came in a little higher than anticipated. In order for us to exercise our ability under the design build statute to negotiate, we have to have sufficient funding available for a preliminary award. So there is an ordinance number 31/2024 amending to provide that additional funding. In order to do that, though, we have to make available the down payment, which is what's provided in Resolution 24-262. So we need to move on Resolution 24-262, emergency resolution down payment on improvements first before you introduce the ordinance.
So is there a motion to approve Resolution 24-263?
262.
Sorry, 262.
I'll make a motion to approve Resolution 24-262.
Thank you, Michael.
Second?
Second? Oops, second. Katon, did you say second?
I'll make a second.
Oh, sure, thank you.
Discussion?
Discussion on 262? No? Okay, so we do a roll call on that?
Yes.
Okay.
Councilmember Bottani.
Yes.
Viera.
Yes.
Klein.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Meinhardt.
Yes.
Mayor Anthony.
Yes. Okay, so Barry, we could go back to...
Now back to the agenda, the introduction, and as I noted, that's a bond ordinance to increase the funding.
We could do
available.
31-2024.
2024 on first reading, correct?
Okay. Karen, can we do, can you read
Yes,
31?
yes.
Thank you.
Ordinance 31-2024, bond ordinance amending bond ordinance number 26-2024, finally adopted by the Township Council of the Township of Livingston, New Jersey on September 23rd, 2024.
I'd like to make a motion to introduce bond ordinance 31-2024.
Second.
Second. Okay. Any opposed? All right,
Roll call.
roll call,
Discussion.
discussion. Discussion.
Discussion.
You got discussion? No?
Councilmember Bottani.
Yes.
Viera.
Yes.
Klein.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Meinhardt.
Yes.
Mayor Anthony.
Yes. That'll be on for
Public hearing.
That'll be, have its final hearing on December 9th.
December 9th. Okay, thank you, Carolyn.
And
Second one,
ordinance 32-2024, amending and supplementing Chapter 68 of the Township Code by expanding the public areas wherein residents may walk their dogs.
okay, does someone want to
I'd like to make a motion to approve the ordinance.
Okay,
I'll second.
second.
Any comments?
Any comments?
Just a comment on it, yeah,
Yeah.
this was something that I would be excited to see pass. I think that a lot of people in this town love dogs, and we should make this a dog-friendly town, and a lot of people bring their dogs into parks in lots of cities and towns and are responsible and clean up after their dog. And there are people who bring their dog into our parks, even when technically it's, not allowed. And I think it should be allowed. I think that people should have leashes on their dogs, and the dogs should be able to come outside with their owners and enjoy our park space and make everyone else happy the way they do. So I'm going to vote yes when we vote on this.
Mayor, I'm just going to thank Councilman Klein for bringing this up. I know that it was brought up a couple years ago, and it really didn't get any traction, so thank you very much. Quite honestly, it's a no-brainer. You know what? People love their dogs more than their husbands and wives sometimes. And quite honestly, we're really not enforcing dogs as our ordinances say, so. And you know what? It really is nice to have your dog with you walking and exercising. So I too will be voting with this, and thank you, Councilman Klein, for bringing this up again.
One other comment, our dogs even swim in our pool. The mayor, and I think Councilman Vieira, I brought my dog this year. We have our dogs in our pools. We should be able to have our dogs on our lawns.
But Chip didn't jump in, right?
Chip jumped in a little.
Yeah.
He was playing with some
Well,
other
Mayor,
dogs.
you
On the
kept
record, my dog did not jump in at all. I carried him in several times.
Actually, on the record, Mayor, I think you carried him in 3 times, and he jumped out 3 times.
3?
So I can't
It was
wait
like
for this
10.
summer, because I have a Portuguese water dog, so he better like the pool.
Yeah, right. Any other comments? I think this allows it, Barry, right, for a resolution going forward to
Yeah,
make.
Mr. Cantor could
Yeah.
address it. but-
Yeah, so this allows the council to open up public space for dogs by resolution and remove, because I know we're not sure how it's going to work out, so we wanted the flexibility to pick and choose different areas
The
for the
areas.
township to allow dog walking.
Okay.
Yeah, and the additional benefit by formally designating areas, it gives us an opportunity to, put in waste bag stations, make sure we have garbage cans, because right now, at least facilitate people making sure they.
And I think the intent of the governing body was to exclude the oval at the next meeting to allow people to walk their dogs around the oval,
Yeah,
right?
depending where.
I just want to
To designate it as a
Designate it
dog-friendly
as a
space.
place of
yeah.
free space, right? And that resolution will be on for the next meeting.
Yeah, I just want to make a comment. Someone we should sort of differentiate, because I do believe that there are no dogs allowed on school properties. I know this is not school property, but I think we should make sure that the residents know that I believe is still in effect by the Board of Education, that this is not changing that policy, but just for this area right here, because there are signs on school properties, I believe, that say dogs are not allowed. So we should just make sure that that gets out as well.
So this particular ordinance doesn't affect any anywhere dogs aren't allowed, they continue not to be allowed until this council passes a resolution. As Deputy Mayor points out, we don't affect the school board property.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jared, for clarifying that. Okay, so that was
Did you do roll call?
vote for first reading.
Roll call. Councilmember Buntani?
Yes.
Viera?
Yes.
Klein?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Meinhardt?
Yes.
Mayor Anthony?
Yes.
And this will also have its hearing on December 9th, Mayor.
Okay, great. Got that there. December 9th. Okay, thank you. Okay, we're up to the consent agenda for resolutions. All matters listed with an asterisk are considered to be routine and non-controversial by the council and will be approved by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a member of the governing body so requests, in which case the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda as part of the general orders. Is there any resolutions anyone wants removed? We did have, Barry, we did have one removed.
Yeah, 24-262 is already acted upon.
Okay, so that was already pulled and voted on separately. Any other ones pulled? No? Good, all right. So Carolyn, want to just read them all together?
On 20, the last one, 24-264, you previously
Oh, that was
agreed
pulled
to
too.
carry to the next
Yeah,
meeting.
so 11 and 13 on this list. 253.
I mean,
Resolution-
for the,
When-
I don't know
when
if the
we
council.
Group them
you want me to
together.
address it?
And anyone,
Yeah.
can- what's that? You want to say anything?
The question, the deferred
Yeah.
compensation, this is a renewal of, it's a company called Empower. They have provided a deferred compensation plan, which we make available to employees. It's at no cost to the township. It's purely voluntary employee pre-tax payroll deductions as a retirement savings in addition to their pension plan. There's, again, no cost to the township, totally voluntary on the part of the employees. And this is a renewal of a company that we've had in place for many years.
Okay, all right, thank you, Barry. Carolyn, you want to read them all together?
Resolution 24-252, appointment to local assistance board. Resolution 24-253, adopting a prototypical deferred compensation plan. Resolution 24-254, authorizing approval of change order number 1 with Mott McDonald LLC. Resolution 24-255, authorizing the sale of surplus property. Resolution 24-256, authorizing the award of a contract to FDR Hitches. Resolution 24-257, authorizing a contract extension with PDM Group. Resolution 24-258, authorizing the award of a contract to Durstein LLC. Resolution 24-259, authorizing the award of a contract to Colliers Engineering and Design. Resolution 24-260, interlocal agreement to pool national opioid litigation settlement proceeds. Resolution 24-261, authorization to cancel 2024 swimming pool budget appropriations, NJSA 40A:44-60. Resolution 24-263, 2024 budget appropriations transfers.
Okay, is there
Need
a motion? Is there a motion to approve the resolutions?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Michael, thank you, Kate.
Councilmember Buntani?
Yes.
Viera?
Yes.
Klein?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Meinhardt?
Yes.
Mayor Anthony?
Yes. Okay,
Like,
we are up.
make a motion to open the meeting to public portion of the meeting?
Thank you, Ed, thank you.
I'll second it.
Yep. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Okay. We are now open for the public portion on any subject. Hey, Amy.
Good evening, and thank you for allowing us to speak. I am Amy Ip. I am co-president of the League of Women Voters of Livingston, along with Robin Weiss, co-president. And we received a letter from the League of Women Voters of New Jersey, and we wanted to highlight it and to state that we completely concur with everything in this letter. And so we would like to read it aloud in its entirety, and I have copies for everyone.
Great, thank you.
Dear League members and supporters, first, thank you. You registered thousands of voters this election season, served as poll workers and poll monitors, held nonpartisan candidate forums, ran voteat411.org, combated misinformation and disinformation, and more. Our elections and democracies are stronger because of your dedication and service. While we celebrate a fair and secure election, we will not ignore that the incoming administration's policies and rhetoric do not align with our member positions or our organization's values. The work we do in New Jersey, building a people-powered democracy, is now more important than ever. New Jersey is on a disturbing path. Recent actions include gutting our Open Public Records Act, moving campaign finance reform backward, fighting against abolishing the line, all while refusing to advance pro-democracy legislation. At the same time, the Star Ledger will cease its print edition, and the Jersey Journal will cease publication entirely. Our work for climate justice, reproductive rights, economic justice, public education, immigrant justice, LGBTQ rights, and more continues to be critical, as well as we work to build the future we want and fight and guard against harmful federal policies that target our communities.
Okay, I'm going to read the rest of this letter because we think it's so important. Accountability, transparency, and responsiveness are absent in Trenton and in many cities around our state. New Jersey must reverse these trends now and start working to protect our democracy. The League of Women Voters of New Jersey is a nonpartisan but wholly political. In the face of federal threats, state action is critical and New Jersey must lead. If you want to work to build the kind of democracy and future we all deserve, we have a place set for you at our table, even if you don't have to bring a folding chair. We cannot close without acknowledging the various emotions many of our members are feeling right now. As an immigrant African American and female physician whose career has been dedicated to reproductive rights, and as an LGBTQ mother to a young daughter, we too are grappling with complex emotions, questions, and fears. We see you and we stand with you. We also know, as leaders of the League of Women Voters of New Jersey, that our movement is powerful and strong. Together, we are ready for the work ahead. Thank you. And this is signed by the President of the League of Women Voters of New Jersey, Jennifer Howard, and Jesse Burns, the Executive Director. Thank you.
And we wanted to make sure that the public was aware of where the League stands with the state, and that the League of Women Voters of Livingston completely concurs with this statement. And we have copies for you.
Great, thank you. Yeah, you want to bring them up?
Okay.
And thank you for reading that
Yeah,
important.
and thank you for the opportunity.
Oh, of course, and to raise awareness on that, and thank you for reading that important letter, and thank you, Robin and Amy, for all you do for Livingston League of Women Voters. Did you want to say something? No, okay.
Thanks, Amy. Thank you.
Great. Thank you again, Amy, and Robin. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yep. Okay. Justin.
Hi, Mr. Mayor. Justin Alper, 56 Amherst Place. 3 related items. Someone was saying on the interwebs that the council conducts business by text with each other, and your constituent went on and told them, no, you're wrong. The council was specifically asked, and they do not have a text message going. And then he produced an item that came from an Oprah report that showed that there was a text message amongst the council, and that it was, not put out into the public because it was confidential. Things are supposed to happen in public. They're not supposed to happen in quiet. And that got me thinking about last week. There was a resolution on for the Public Works. And when we got into, you were in the back room, you had two items of business. One was about personnel, the other was about the mall. And then you immediately came out for ice cream. And then he came out here and sat on the dais, and everyone was in agreement that one of the resolutions was pulled. And it was curious, when did that conversation happen? We want to make sure that the business of the community is done in public. And then thirdly, this week, 3 members of the council endorsed one specific person for governor. The race has barely even started. We have no idea if there was any political pressure applied, and what a terrific waste of political leverage opportunity to engage the multiple members, not only of the Democrat Party, but also the Republicans who are running, on policy. But a majority of this council gave up that leverage. We could agree or disagree about the candidate in particular. That's not the matter. The matter is 3 members of this council together. I don't know if they were approached together. I don't know if they were decided together, but they gave up the leverage of this community. We could have been arguing, I don't even know when the election is, March, April, May. That's 4 or 5 months that we could be engaging on policy, and we just gave that up. Lastly, Mr. Mayor, it may not be that much of a matter of cost. We did so much important deliberative work in the conference room. Can we please have the township manager just go out and get us a cost evaluation of what it would cost to mic and camera that back room? Do it simply, so we already have the people here, so that way the public can be further engaged. Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. Thank you for your consideration.
Thank you, Justin.
Good evening. Good evening, Mayor and Council, Township Manager, those in attendance, nobody left. My name is Todd Campisi. I'm a patrolman in the Livingston Police Department, serve as the state delegate for the labor union that represents our police officers, Livingston PBA Local 263. Myself, some of our executive board, President Menger, and Treasurer Hesselberg are here tonight to briefly introduce ourselves since we took over leadership of the police union over the summer. We want to let you know that you have a great town with dedicated employees that are hardworking and honored to serve the people who live and work in Livingston. More specifically, you have a professional police department that is full of employees that show up to work and answer the call no matter what it is each and every day. Every day, our police officers are out here serving the public and keeping all of you safe. When bad people come into Livingston to harm our community, it's the great men and women of the Livingston Police Department who are ready, willing, and able to stop them. I want you to know that our union supports you, the community, and most importantly, our Township Manager, Mr. Barry Lewis. Mr. Lewis has been an integral part of our police department's success, and he is a crucial decision maker in facilitating its continued growth as we try to grow with the community into the future. From personal experience, I have worked in less desirable places with administrators who are not nearly as respected and as fair as Mr. Lewis has been to us. He is considered a friend of the PBA. We support him, and we support all of your efforts to make this township a better place for all those who go to school, live, work, and visit here every day. Thank you for your time, and have a great holiday season. Thank you.
Thank you. You too.
Mayor,
Appreciate it.
may I say something, though? I just want to say thank you very much, and I think all of us up here know how wonderful our police officers are, the men and women of the police force, and especially the PBA 263. We just want to thank you and all of your members for everything that you do to protect our town. And you know what? 6 years ago when I came on the council, it was just that healing process from the prior administration, and I know that the PBA and the police officers suffered a little bit, and I do want to thank Barry Lewis for bringing that all together, as you had said. But thank you very much for all you do. Thank you.
Mayor, if I could just add to what Councilman Vieira said. I know you guys are rocking out. You know what? Police work, especially a couple of years back, had a very hard time in this country. But the people of Livingston never lost faith in you guys. and the ladies who serve for us. We appreciate your protection and how professional you are, and we thank you for what you did. We never were down on our police force, that's for sure.
And thank you for mentioning Barry Lewis and our support of you as well. That means a lot. Sometimes some people don't come in and say anything, but we're up here all the time, having our police in, supporting them, equipment, anything they need. So it's nice to hear that when you come in here and you make a presentation like that, and I'm sure Barry's happy as well being supported. So appreciate it. Thank you, and happy Thanksgiving to all of you.
If I, just briefly, Mayor, if I could as well, thank you all for coming in. Thank you for the kind words. I didn't know they were coming, and nor did I ask for them. But I'd be remiss to not also extend my appreciation to Chief Marshute's entire leadership team. It's a pleasure. We have a very, very professional organization. It's a pleasure working with the PBA. We work through all the issues. I'm proud to say we've never gone to arbitration, never had to have any kind of hearings, and I think it's reflected in the quality of our department. And it's important, and certainly the council has always been a huge part of that and supportive of the police. And of late, it seems like some sort of scandalous headline may overshadow that, and it's important, I think, that everyone in town know exactly how good and how quality a police department we have, and what good hands they're all in. And so thank you all, and please extend my thanks to the entire membership.
Yeah, I'll just also want to say thank you. I just want to say thank you, since everyone's doing it as well. But it's actually, it's really so great that you guys came in to say those nice words. We always say these great things about you and everybody else on the force, and it was great to hear from you, and we thank you for your support as well. And that's really what this town is all about. We get caught up sometimes in meaningless things, whether exhibits were included or not in a resolution, and we pull it or not. But what you said is actually the real truth to this town and really the hard work of this town. So we thank you for everything you do, keeping us safe, and wishing you and your families a very happy and meaningful Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and I will echo all of that is said here. Thank you for coming down and introducing yourself. That is very much appreciated. Thank you for that. Professionalism, absolutely, that comes to mind when it comes to our police department. I look at numbers. Our numbers are significantly down in terms of crime rates and all of that. Chief Marshall was here. He was talking about it. So all of that is really a result of excellent work that the team is doing here. So again, thank you very much for being here, and wish you a great holiday season as well.
Good night, thank you.
Motion to close public hearing?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No. All right, what are we up to? Reports of township officials and council members. Ann?
Yes, I just wanted to mention that tomorrow we're having our bond and note sale tomorrow. And it looks very favorable. We already have 13 financial houses that are interested in our bonds, and at least 4 to 6 bidders on the notes. So we're anticipating a very good note sale and bond sale tomorrow.
That's great. All right. Thank you, Ann. Barry?
Yes, I'd echo what Ann said. Thanks to her, our auditors, our financial advisors, bond counsel for all the hard work. We're still pushing hard to get that AAA rating, but we got re-rated again. Unfortunately, it was a little disappointing because basically they said, well, the bad news is you're not getting moved to AAA. The good news is you're still at AA2, whereas a lot of other towns, because they tightened their criteria post-COVID, got downgraded. So I guess the congratulations is you didn't get downgraded, but we want to be upgraded. We're going to do it. So certainly thanks to Ann, her team, and all our advisors. I alluded to it earlier, as the council's aware and the public, we received bid under our design bid proposal, came a little higher, so we've appropriated additional funds. Once those are in place at the next meeting, we can then preliminarily award and open negotiations, which are authorized by that statute. And if I'm not mistaken, I'll one day early wish the mayor a happy birthday. Is that tomorrow? So happy birthday to the mayor.
Or so.
That's right, a couple hours, a couple hours away. And that's all I've got, Mayor.
Thank you, Barry. Appreciate it. Russ?
Nothing else tonight, Mayor. Thank you. I've already mentioned the community development program,
Yes.
and obviously our certification that we received.
Yeah, you were on
from
fire
Sustainable
tonight,
Jersey, so
Yeah, nice job, Russ.
thank you.
Yeah, all right. Jared?
Nothing tonight, Mayor, thank you.
Thank you, Jared. Carolyn?
Nothing for me, thank you.
All right. All right, Michael, you want to go first?
Well, Kate, I'm going to leave a lot for you because I only have, I'm not a lot, but thank you, Mayor, for allowing me to go first this time. I know you're looking at both ways, but first I want to wish everybody a happy and healthy Thanksgiving in a couple days. Just be safe and enjoy the holidays. Mayor, I want to wish you a happy birthday tomorrow. Also have to thank again the Camuso, the entire Camuso committee. We saw Tom Cooney here today. He is the chief elf. They're putting together and getting the Camuso display up and going. December 7th is opening night. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it doesn't rain. I know we're looking for rain to get this drought over. That's one night we do not want rain, is opening night for the Camuso display. The Camuso display area will also be selling wooden ornament decorations, as they do every year. You can buy it for, I believe it's $20. Have your name on it. It gets displayed in the area. So those will be coming out very shortly. I want to thank the Livingston Clergy Association for their Thanksgiving celebration services that took place yesterday. It was wonderful to have the community come together and hear all the speakers from the different religions giving thanks. So, Kane, I hope I left enough for you.
No, I think this is good. And you covered it all, but I would like to add and grant, or rather wish everybody a very happy Thanksgiving. Our first responders, township employees, all the township committee members. I think these are all the volunteers. And as we celebrate Thanksgiving, really huge thank you to all of them and all the service organizations. One of them was here, and there are several we have across town. And of course, our press, Tribune and Tap Into. I think it's amazing service, amazing to have such a vibrant community, cohesively living and honoring each other. Thank you to everyone, and happy birthday, Mr. Mayor. In advance.
I will just add that there was a food collection by Livingston Neighbors Helping Neighbors yesterday back at Town Hall, and it was just all of our was it Saturday? My day's messed up. It might have been Saturday. I can't remember. It was this weekend. Over the weekend. Yeah, the Unico helped to host it, and we had a lot of our philanthropic all-stars, including Stacy and Nick and Alan, and just a whole huge host of people who were collecting food all day behind Town Hall and carting it away. No doubt Nick took a lot of car trips that day. So the wonderful work that they all do, and thank you very much for making Livingston look so good. I wanted to just take my hat off one more time for Nick and 40, Livingston's kicker who kicks for Yale. They played their biggest game of the year, which is the Yale-Harvard game up at Harvard, and Nick hit a 46-yard field goal to put Yale up by 2 scores. Harvard came back and scored a touchdown, so it was really Nick's field goal that iced them. And they were very happy because it cost Harvard their championship in the Ivy League. They had to Harvard drop down to a three-way tie with Columbia and Dartmouth. So it was an enormous football moment for the Conforti family and for Nick, and I congratulate all of them. It was a really ecstatic day for them and everyone here who's rooting for Nick. Thank you, Mayor.
Unless you're from Harvard. Thank you, sure. Deputy Mayor?
All right, so I'll follow up on something interesting since we're talking about sports, which is not American football, but European football here played in the United States. I'm going to congratulate the Wilf family and the Wilf organization, owners of the Orlando Prides, the champions of the National Women's Soccer League here in the United States. So Livingston is now the hometown of an organization that has won a national championship here in the United States. So we're happy, and we congratulate them. The Orlando City Soccer Club, who is the men's side of that, are also playing in the conference finals this Sunday against the Red Bulls. So we wish them a lot of luck as they hopefully get onto the finals, and obviously continue the Vikings best of luck for their great season that they're having so far. I just want to thank everybody. Last night's interfaith service was a great way to lead into the holidays. As the mayor mentioned in his remarks yesterday, he really brings together this town, the spirit of this town, the diversity and inclusion of this town, And I love sitting there, just listening to the speakers and just getting wrapped up in the moment. So wonderful way to start off the holiday period. And I do want to wish everybody in the town, volunteers, people who work here, everybody, a very happy and very, very meaningful Thanksgiving. All of us here have a lot to be thankful for living in New Jersey, in the United States, and here in Livingston. So thank you.
Thank you, Ed. Let's see, I think most of this was covered. We did have a couple ribbon cuttings in the last few weeks. We had Dance Cult and Hot Works. We do have the Lidl one coming up, but actually that's after our next, yeah, that's on the 11th, very early in the morning.
Big news, though, Lidl opening. Big
Lidl
news.
is opening.
That's actually an announcement
From your lips to God's. But it is scheduled, it's been everywhere, so I think it's really happening on December 11th. Okay, real quick, yes, the Interfaith Thanksgiving is really one of our shining moments in town, with the Clergy Association coming together and so many people speaking, and it was a beautiful event yesterday, and I thank everyone involved there. We had, let's see, I want to give a shout out to Jessica Kelly for the $5,500 grant that we received for the Mayor's Wellness Program. There was only 11 towns in the state competing over $127,000, a little over $100,000. So that was good. It's going to go towards mental health, and we'll see how that is best spent. Just kudos to her. We also had a group in town that I'm on the gala committee, Pillar, which was formerly CPNJ, the Cerebral Palsy Association of Northern New Jersey. We had our gala, and we raised $1.4 million, and it's actually more is coming in. There's a location on Old Lane and on Oakner Parkway, and thank you for everyone who supported that. We had a nice Lions public speaking event on Saturday. Kids were phenomenal. There were some judges. Lori Kahn was a judge, and Amy was a judge. My wife was a judge. We had a bunch of judges there. It was just an amazing, these kids were just phenomenal, and something that if they ever want to be lawyers, they're light years ahead of where I was at, like 9 to 13. I think it was the older ones were 13 to 16. Did a great job. They all were recognized by Lions, so I want to give a shout out to the Lions Club and Orator Academy, which is Vanita Khanna, who really organized a lot of it. And let's see, I want to thank again Connor Sweeney for getting us back on the list. And I think that is it. So yes, and thank you, Sean. That was a great event. The turkey donations, did they get over 200 turkeys? I think they got over 200. When I was there, I was with, I think, was it Nick there? No, I was with the Campaniles, and I think they were close to approaching 200.
I believe they made it.
Yeah, and so that's amazing.
No.
It was Saturday.
It was
Sean's in a
Saturday
time
because
warp.
from there I went over
This is
to
what
Caruso.
happens
It was Saturday.
when you go over 50 years old.
Stick with the eyes.
It's all mixing. This birthday. What birthday is this one? Right? So thank you everyone for wishing me a happy birthday, and thank you. Thanks for everyone, and like Caton said, the press, our people that come in and speak their minds all the time and make us a great democracy, our council, our town workers. I'm very thankful for being on this council for quite a while and being mayor this year. So thank you, and I hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving. Appreciate it. Thanks. We are now going back into open conference.
But no further action will be taken by the council tonight.